If you're not using an IBC strategy as your capital operations account in your business, you could be losing out on a lot of benefits and added protection for not only you, but your family and your business. Oh, and your money. Like protecting that, don't we? So what is an IBC? Well, that stands for Infinite Banking Concept. Now, it's not a product. You can't call up your life insurance company and say, I want an IBC, because most of them, they're not going to know what you're talking about. You have to talk to somebody like me who's a licensed specialist in life insurance. Now, you can structure these things in a number of different ways. You can use an IUL, which stands for Indexing Universal Life, or you can use a modern whole life policy. There's pros and cons to each. It all depends on what you're trying to do with it. But if you're using it for capital operations in your business and you need access to it in less than 30 days, then the modern whole life is going to be the way to go. Keep in mind, this is not a traditional whole life strategy. So let's start by going over what an IBC really is. Well, infinite banking is a cash flow management system using cash value in life insurance policy rather than traditional bank accounts. Instead of saving up and spending cash out of your bank account, an IBC practitioner instead overfunds a whole life policy and borrows against it to maintain the compound interest. Oh yeah, by the way, you're not taxed on debt, so that's a tax-free access to your growing money. Utilize the infinite banking concept rather than traditional banks. This provides built-in tax shelters, this is what I was just talking about, steady growth as a non-correlated asset, various protection benefits like a death benefit and disability and lawsuits, continuous compounding of your cash value even while borrowing. That's the most important part right there. Because we want our money to continuously start working for us versus working for credit card companies or the banks. So who came up with this magical, mysterious tool that sounds too good to be true? Well, IBC was originally created in the 1980s by late Nelson Nash. Nelson would later popularize the IBC with his book, Infinite Banking Concept, Becoming Your Own Banker. I'm sure a lot of you, if you're watching this, have already read this book. But many entrepreneurs have used his strategy, and a lot of these stores would not be around today if they didn't do so, such as J.C. Penney, McDonald's, Walt Disney. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, does it really work? Well, the proof is in the pudding. Look at who previously used it. It can indeed work quite well. Now, it has to be properly structured, designed, and engineered for what you're trying to do with it, which is why this is not an insurance policy that you just call up some random insurance agent and say, I'd like a quote. These things have to be designed for what you're planning on doing. This is why we schedule a sit-down on a one-on-one basis to structure one specifically for you and your needs. So if you're looking to expand the strategy of your cash flow in your lifetime, protect you and your family's legacies, then schedule your one-on-one session with us because we don't charge for our sessions. We're actually paid from the big billion-dollar insurance companies that we work with. And unlike your typical Jake from State Farm or Flo from Progressive, which are captive agents, they can only offer you that specific product from that specific carrier. We work with over 40 of the top national multi-billion-dollar companies, and we can partner you with the right carrier for what you're trying to do. So if you're ready for a specialist to be in your corner helping you build the legacy for your family right alongside of you, click the link in the bio of this page and let's get started. Time waits for no one, and uninterrupted compounding interest takes time.